Welcome to the news conference in the old Shields building. Can you actually imagine taking a carnival ride inside a building like we're all going to be doing a year from now or so? Is that about a year away? Is that about right?
10 months.
10 months. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for being here today to talk about the importance of shopping with our local retailers. I do want to thank Shields for hosting this whole deal today. And we're certainly looking forward to the new store. And thank you for your continued investment in the community. I also want to thank Shields for their investment in the activities going on in the community. I think most of you are aware that they just gave about $300,000 to the Lincoln Children's Zoo for their campaign this year, and this follows upon, if I'm remembering right, an even larger contribution that they made a short time ago, and that was made to City Impact, was it? Yeah. Also for causes related to children. So it's one of those things about local retailers is that they have a greater tendency to commit and to contribute in meaningful ways to local endeavors. And so the point of this news conference today is to encourage everyone to shop at local retailers this holiday season and to support local businesses all year long. Lincoln has never had such a wide variety of shopping options. By shopping local, we continue to see our choices grow along with our population. Our local businesses improve our quality of life in many ways, as I mentioned earlier. And in addition, they also make Lincoln a fun and interesting place to live. They make it an interesting destination for visitors. And of course, the sales tax dollars help us improve and maintain many local city services. Today, we're going to talk about several projects that are all aimed at encouraging local shopping. Those include Shop the Blocks, Small Business Saturday, Haymarket Unwrapped, and hashtag Shop for Nebraska. But first, before we get into that, I'd like to invite our hosts, Louis Sickage, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and Julie Latimer from South Point Pavilion to say a few words today. Come on up here.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You are correct. 10 months from now, we'll be opening our new Shields store. It will have a Ferris wheel, so after you're done taking the Ferris wheel ride, we'll invite you for a nice free piece of homemade fudge. So we'll make sure we do that.
You just keep piling it on?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're going to be nice and a little chubby afterwards. Thank you for everyone arriving today from LIBA, Chamber of Commerce, Retail Federation. It's great to see everyone kind of get together with the same cause and purpose, which is brick and mortar and sales that will benefit the community, and that's what it's all about. We're opening our new store. We were able to do a nice impact for City Impact and with the zoo, strictly because of retail sales. Okay, when we as consumers reinvest into our community, it prospers others, not just the retail business themselves. So it's so vital that we're all on the same page, and we really look to benefit the community through keeping our dollars local, and it benefits us all. We wouldn't be able to do what we plan on doing at Shields if it wasn't for the community members and spending in the community themselves. So thank you for everyone to join us here, and maybe we'll do something a year from now in a little bigger building, and we'd love to see that. So thank you so much. And Julie?
Welcome to South Point Pavilions. We are so glad to have you here. Thank you, Louis, and a huge thank you to Shields for making such an investment in our city. It's an honor to work with you. And all of your staff as we transition to an exciting grand opening less than a year from now. Thank you, Mayor Beitler, for your support through this process. It continues to be an honor. And thanks to the Chamber of Commerce, the Downtown Lincoln Association, for joining us, everything you do to support local business here in Lincoln. Finally, I'd like to offer special thanks to the Nebraska Retail Federation for your invaluable expertise in advocating for local business throughout our state. Today isn't just about South Point or downtown or the shops in Havelock. It's about the commitment to supporting stores everywhere that are made of brick and concrete and glass. Physical stores that have amazing human beings working inside them. These people work very hard to create the best experience possible to deliver products and services to all of our customers. They recognize it's not just about the sale. It's about relationships and experiences, and that's something we don't want to forget in our world of technology today. At South Point alone, we have more than 1,200 people who work here. It's like a small town in Nebraska. These are owners and managers and associates. They feed their families, they pay taxes, and they support charities. Their livelihood and the livelihood of our entire economy depends on a vibrant, healthy, local economy. As we launch the holiday season here at South Point and everywhere, we hope everyone considers shopping in a store or several stores first. Santa's coming to South Point in 9 days. I can guarantee that will get you on our nice list. Thank you so much.
Very well put, Julie. The Downtown Lincoln Association, of course, is also gearing up for the holiday season, and Todd Ogden is here today to talk about that a little bit.
Thank you, Mayor. As he said, I'm Todd Ogden with the Downtown Lincoln Association, and we are getting geared up to support local businesses downtown here this Thursday. So we're going to have our 10th Shop the Blocks in downtown Lincoln. And this year will be a milestone because after this event, we project it'll be over $500,000 sold into all of those shops locally that have gone into the area and are going to be given back to Lincoln through various ways because of the small businesses and because of the way they help support the community, along with a lot of the other brick and mortar businesses. So we really like supporting events like this and bringing people downtown to realize the wonderful shops that we do have in the area. So we're super excited for Thursday to bring the 10th Shop the Blocks. It's going to be a fun night out for anybody. There's going to be pedicab sleigh rides, there's going to be music, there's going to be food, there's going to be sales, prizes, all sorts of stuff. So we're getting geared up for that. You can still get tickets at shoptheblocks.com. You can register a comp ticket if you're watching this on any of these news outlets. Just say Mayor Beitler gave it to you and you'll get your free ticket. So we're still looking for that. So thanks for that, Mayor. We also have a Haymarket event following that in December. So December 9th, we're going to have close to 20 Haymarket shops, and they're going to stay open all of Saturday after Breakfast with Santa. So Breakfast with Santa is an event that's going on and has been going on for years in the Haymarket, where you can get your picture taken with Santa. There's going to be reindeer sleigh rides, and now the shops are going to stay open all day. They're going to have sales, food, beverages, and carolers in the area. Santa's sleigh ride is going to be in that area as well. So just more reason to shop into the Haymarket area and downtown and support these local businesses. So we're excited for both of those opportunities. It's really important to support that, and it means so much to us in the community. And really nobody does it better than Jamie Henning and the Chamber of Commerce. So I really want to segue into that and talk about what the Chamber supports for these local businesses as well. Thank you.
Jamie.
Thank you. Well, I want to thank all of our partners today who invited us to be part of this. What is the kickoff to the holiday season and what is a really important season for businesses here in Lincoln. I'm Jamie Henning. I'm the membership director for the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce. We represent over 1,700 businesses across the city and the region, and I can assure you that they're counting on you this season. As you check the names off your list this year, we hope you will really take a moment to consider buying local. If you need help on your list, you can go to lcoc.com, and there are a list of businesses that I can guarantee guarantee would be anxious to earn your business. The money you spend here boosts our local economy, increases the sales tax base, and more importantly, helps our community grow. And that's really at the core of what the Chamber's trying to do every day. Across the country, small businesses really do account for over half of all the business growth in this last year. I can also tell you, in terms of our Chamber membership, the majority of our membership really represent those businesses that have 1 to 10 employees. So it's really important for you to support them. It's these types of businesses that are counting on you this season to help get them through the new year. Remember your money and how you choose to spend it, and then you can really make a difference in somebody else's holiday season. Together, we can make this successful for our local stores. One of the most important things the Chamber does really is advocate for business. So I just wanted to take a moment at the end here to thank Senator Watermeyer and then also the Nebraska Retail Association for all their support on LB 44. This is really important legislation that we're proud to support. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jim Otto for a few comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. We are very glad to be here. I'm Jim Otto with the Nebraska Retail Federation. I just want to do 2 things today. First of all, thank everybody. We have one common thing, all of these associations, in that we all encourage everyone to shop at a local brick and mortar store. And whether that be out here at the shopping center or downtown or in the Haymarket or all across Lincoln. The first thing I want to point out is the Nebraska Retail Federation is sponsoring a social media promotion, which is hashtag Shop for Nebraska. Here's a little example of Follow Your Heart Lincoln, Shop Local, hashtag Shop for Nebraska. So what we are doing is we're giving away hundreds of dollars in gift cards to the retailer, to you, if you use hashtag Shop for Nebraska in a comment on your Facebook page or your Twitter or whatever. Hashtag makes it possible to follow those, and then that will automatically enter you in, and then you put the retailer of your choice where you would like your gift card to be from, so you could go shop at that retailer, and then we will draw out. We haven't determined exactly how many, but there will be hundreds of dollars of gift cards given away to the retailer of their choice if they use hashtag Shop for Nebraska. Excuse me. The second thing I want to do is, as Jamie alluded to, the Nebraska Retail Federation has been a big pusher of LB 44, which would require online sellers that have no physical presence in Nebraska to collect and remit sales tax. 2 things I want to do is, with that, is I want to thank the Attorney General, Doug Peterson of Nebraska, because he just signed on to a what they call an amicus brief encouraging the United States Supreme Court to take up the issue, and we are very appreciative of the Attorney General doing that. Secondly, the Attorney General earlier in the year issued a Attorney General's opinion as to whether or not LB 44 was constitutional. There were some questions about that. He made specific recommendations as to how to amend LB 44 to make it constitutional. And Senator Watermeyer already has an amendment drafted which will be introduced in the coming session, which will solve, in our opinion, the questions about constitutionality with LB 44, and we really want to encourage that. So with that, I would just end up with shop local, pay the sales tax you owe. Thank you very much. Mayor?
Thank you, Jim. LB 44 is obviously a matter of great importance to everybody, and we can take that up more in the question and answer period if you're interested. All of you who spoke, why don't you come back up here, and we will engage the press in question and answers. And while you're doing that, I do want to issue a proclamation of the city that we do from time to time to point out to citizens and to encourage citizens to pay attention to certain activities and certain happenings in the city. So this proclamation has to do with Shop Local Days. It has a number of whereases, all of which we've mentioned in the remarks that have come before. They constitute all of the reasons why we have been encouraging people to shop with local brick and mortar stores. And then ends by proclaiming the holiday gift-giving season as Shop Local Days. And the point of all this is to encourage residents of our community to support local businesses and merchants throughout the year. So with that, we'll take questions.
I'd like to ask Jim if I could about LB 44. Would the revisions be enough to address the governor's concerns? I thought he was apprehensive. He was not supportive of state legislation until the issues described nationally.
That's a good question. We have sent Senator Watermeyer has sent the proposed amendment to the governor's office. We have not heard back yet. All of his stated objections are addressed in the amendments. That does not mean he will support the bill, though. I don't know that for sure. Hopefully he will.
What would the revisions be that would address his concerns?
Well, one of the concerns he had was, first of all, that it was unconstitutional, and that was the South Dakota portion. So we actually moved the South Dakota portion so that it would only be enacted if the Supreme Court decides in our favor. So that changes that. So that is not, we would not enact the South Dakota portion unless the Supreme Court decides in our favor. Secondly, he was concerned about privacy, and we've addressed those privacy concerns. For example, his concern was that if every online retailer had to report every sale to the state Nebraska Department of Revenue, that would be a concern of privacy just based on the fact that you shopped at a certain online retailer, even if it didn't tell exactly what you bought. So we have changed that so that reporting is different. You don't have to report every individual sale, you just have to report the total amount of sales. So we have addressed the concerns that he voiced to us, and we hope that will.
Do you mind if I say quickly? The South Dakota portion, what does that entail?
Well, South Dakota changes the definition of who has to collect from your physical presence to how much you sell. In other words, South Dakota specifically is challenging the Supreme Court's old position by saying it doesn't matter if you don't have a physical presence in the state. If you sell over $100,000 in the state, or if you have over 200 independent transactions in the state, you have to collect sales tax. That's a direct contradiction to the Supreme Court. That's what's going to be decided by the Supreme Court. So if the Supreme Court decides in our favor, that South Dakota portion will already be defined, and those are the people who have to collect and remit in Nebraska. Hopefully that gets a little complicated. Anything else?
Estimates of how much sales tax Nebraska would get if the legislation passes?
The State Department of Revenue estimated it at about $45 million several years ago that we are losing. Many others, like Streamline Sales Tax Group and everything, they think it's over $120 million a year Nebraska is losing. It's kind of surprising to me that it's a frustrating thing. I think that we are actually leaving, I think, over $100 million on the table, the state of Nebraska. And I'm not sure. I think it's over $3 million for the city of Lincoln.
I have a question.
Sure.
All right. Latinos nowadays have a fear.
Have a what?
Latinos.
Mhm.
Spanish. Because of what's happening in the country. What have you guys been doing to make sure that you in this conference, in this so that you guys will
So including them in.
making them very inclusive, making sure that they feel welcome and invited.
Well, separate from that, I lobby for the Nebraska Retail Federation and the Nebraska Restaurant Association. We have been very involved in immigration policies. For example, the Nebraska Retail Federation was and the Nebraska Restaurant Association, one of the few associations that advocated on behalf of Dreamers. And then eventually everybody kind of came around, but we were one of the first. So we are there advocating for reasonable immigration policy and hoping that Dreamers can stay here and all those things. That's kind of a separate issue, but important to.
What do you define as a reasonable immigration policy?
Pardon?
What do you define as a reasonable immigration policy?
Well, for example, there ought to be a legal way to get here. You know, that's my personal opinion. And in many cases, I probably should talk to you separately later, if that's okay.
Jim, can you just talk a little bit about Small Business Saturday?
Oh, yeah. So Small Business Saturday is an effort sponsored by American Express, and it designates the Saturday after Thanksgiving as the Saturday to actually shop at small businesses. And it's grown every year. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. So we would encourage you to take advantage of Small Business Saturday.